So my man Roberto is getting interrogated by these soldiers. They not jacking, he's American. They're talking about some, sorry muchacho, we don't speak taco. Meanwhile, bro is literally Brazilian. The agent notices his breath is cold and loud cracks of thunder in the sky. That could be Storm, The Flash, Silver Surfer, Thor. So basically, there's no good options for y'all. They start readying their weapons, hoping it's someone trash like Kakashi or something. Niggas was like, what a great honor it is to face you, the copycat ninja, then beating his ass immediately. But unfortunately for them, it's Storm, with the James Harden cut and blast the main guy. The agent said I packed that thing too though, shooting back, forcing Storm out of there, and Bishop slides in to give her some backup, blasting back at them. But this is where Storm and Bishop remember, wait a minute, we have superpowers. Storm turns into Avatar Aang and blasts them away with air. We know it's Aang and not Kyoshi because that move didn't kill anybody. We all know how Kyoshi was moving. Kyoshi, I stopped Firelord Ozai, are you proud?
I would've shot that nigga.
Bishop's absorbing the energy and throws it back, pause, shooting off at them. But there's a bunch more soldiers. Dudes really do hate mutants. It's all cool if you get your powers from a bottle, but the second a nigga is born with them,
freak.
So they continue shooting, hitting the computer, forcing an explosion. We got Omega and Alpha level mutants, bruh, and a little explosion got them laid out. It's all good though, because a real nigga mutant is here. No, not you, nigga. One thermostat and it's over. When I say a real mutant, I meant the GOAT, Cyclops, coming in to clean up this mess. He sent in Storm and Bishop thinking this would be light work for them, but now he's gonna save the day. Watch this, mi amigo. Moonwalking backwards from the ops to create space between them and him for the safety of Roberto, blasting one away, hitting him with a right elbow, blasting another one, elbow again, ACL, and moonwalking backwards. He just pulled up all cool like and is making it look easy, blasting one away, take that, ice skates back, blocks the kick, lasering bro. Nah, you can't do all that without the visor though. Oh yeah? Weaving, gut punch, uppercut, block, and with a smile, blasting him away, laying them all out, straight light work. They was getting smacked so bad, Brody had to go get the Sentinel arm, kill all mutants 3000. This is serious business. No holding back. Y'all remember the message our leader sent Professor X last week?
You want my brick? You gonna have to pry it from my cold dead hand, Mr. Obama Hussein.
So while Cyclops is lasering, he notices the hand and saves Roberto and himself just in the nick of time. Roberto better be thankful Cyclops showed up and not Spider-Man, cause he's actually been saved, but Cyclops runs back in and gets his legs tied, falling down. They got him right where they want him. Buddy looking up, hearing straight, belt unbuckling. Not like this. Not to my goat, please. Cyclops starts begging, no, please, I surrender, I surrender.
Not.
So they take Roberto to Charles Xavier's School of Mutants, instantly getting to training that nigga. We just got a first overall draft pick. Streets saying Blob went undrafted.
Just my luck.
For context, Professor X is dead in this world. He's been assassinated, and the X-Men been on BT without him. They hear that Bolivar Trask, the engineer behind Sentinels being built, is alive. Yes, these are the same character. I don't know how this nigga went from Epstein to Black to a midget. So they all hop in the jet and decide to give him a visit. The Avengers never moved like this, bro. But Trask was ready for them. Blowing up the jet, a Sentinel has his eyes set on them. This is literally a lion walking into a room full of zebras. These not regular zebras though. He grabs Cyclops and gets his hand and arm chopped off, but unfortunately the X-Men jet blows up. Luckily for the niggas in the group that are like Batman, half the group can fly. Morph turns into Angel and rescues Wolverine. Well, maybe rescue isn't the word. He would have gotten up after the fall and cracked everything back into place. While at the same time, Rogue clutches up and manages to save Beast and Bishop. Cyclops, however, moving different. Yo, let me aura farm real quick. Gambling aura on life or death is wild. Don't end up like Jake Paul. Buddy repositions himself in mid-air, shooting off his lasers to slow himself down on impact. Like 100 groundhogs just met their demise, getting disintegrated. But it was totally worth it. The landing was too clean, and calling out to me, my X-Men, we're all ready to go. Autobots roll out, Avengers assemble, to me, my X-Men, Justice League, beat that nigga's ass. What can I say? I'm a sucker for superhero lines. But those team lines won't help them here. They found Trask, but he's got backup. Thing is too, they're not only gonna have to deal with just one Sentinel. Trask hits the red button and another one spawns out the ground looking like, "Doi doi, doi doi." Trask been in the lab, so he said, here go 2 more for y'all. The X-Men get prepared and they need to, cause a bunch more are coming out of the ground. They're surrounded by a bunch of mutant killing machines, all managing to avoid the first attack. And for some reason, it stupidly decides to go for Rogue first, grabbing onto her arm, but she throws it into another one, hits him with the RKO out of nowhere, decapitating it. Rogue makes the first 2 Sentinels kiss, and then Wolverine comes through, stabbing it repeatedly in the head, which was enough to take it out, making bro take a seat. The next Sentinel must have heard my advice about going for Beast. This is why I'm not a therapist, nigga, cause he gets flipped on his back. Beast then jumps inside of him, and starts controlling the Sentinel, making it pull a Kevin Durant. You play for Team Mutants now, using it to slash one, kick one, then slam another. These supposed to be mutant killing machines? Maybe on those turtles, not us though, cause we out here cooking. Gambit booms one, Bishop said let me hold that bro, lasering him, immediately getting back to spraying his gun. But the tide starts to shift. Wolverine gets grabbed and thrown like a boomerang into Beast, out the Sentinel onto the ground. I thought they were cooking, doing a great job, but that was only the tip of the iceberg. Trask got more, so Cyclops calls in for the ace up their sleeve. Luckily for them, they're not calling in someone like Big Sean for a feature. They're calling in someone who's actually good. Storm, creating a tornado and taking out a whole fleet by herself and saved the day for now. But the main Sentinel stands up, saying to himself, fine, I guess I'll do it myself. But Wolverine is wasting no time as Gambit hops on his back and they activate a team up. You got bloodlusted Wolverine running in with charged up claws? Yeah, just say goodbye, especially when Gambit is giving him a boost and Morph turns into Blob so that he could trampoline up into the air. Yes, it surprised me too. I didn't know being Rod Wave was a mutant ability. Wolverine flies in, decapitating the Sentinel, making it take a seat and ending the fight. For now. Later on, the government is holding Magneto on trial. Dudes in the crowd talking about free bro. Niggas will say that about anyone. But the angry mob outside is talking about some maha. They not trying to hear it. Make America human again. And break into the courthouse. And this is how you know racists have no brain. Cause what are y'all about to do? Beat up Magneto? Cyclops, trying to prevent more violence, creates a barrier between them and the Maha crowd. They move in just like the humans in Transformers. They'd get saved by Optimus and then call his ass a clinker, talking about some go back to Cybertron. Unfortunately, the barrier gets blasted in, and in walks the Executioner. A name that goes unbelievably hard, I can't lie, gotta give it to him. The Executioner shoots after them as Gambit booms the mob and gets shot in the back, followed by Beast 2. Bishop decides enough. Bigotry cannot win today, upping the dual wield on him, but the Executioner moving like Spider-Man, collaring him. That's gotta be racist. There's no way. Got him right where he wants him, blasting Bishop outside. Shaking my head, where all the kids can see this too. Well, to be fair, they probably hate mutants as well.
We are holding art class outside today.
That's what I'm talking about, bitch!
So we can paint our Black Pride mural.
This is bullshit, bitch!
Cyclops tries to beat him but gets blocked. Oh nah, you different. Hate can drive individuals to do truly incredible things, man. 50 Cent dropped the documentary of the year just to say fuck you, Diddy. Look at the form on this. Buddy had to have been trained by the hateocracy. Cyclops shoots off, getting weaved and then blocked, getting nailed right in the face, knocking his glasses off, so he keeps his eyes closed to try not to kill anyone. But now he's getting whacked, weaved twice, gut punch, blocked, but can't block these last 2. Yeah, just use your powers, gang. You are not Bruce Lee. Buddy not even mixing up the combinations, just hitting him with rights over and over again. Mutants are way stronger than me. I don't know how he's holding back still. Even while his head is being grabbed and in the face of death, he refuses to open his eyes. Yeah, Cyclops is different. Luckily, Morph comes through as Lady Deathstrike, transforming into Colossus so that he can tank every hit no matter what. He then decides it's my time now to go on the offensive, transforming into Psylocke, weaving and slashing at him, but bro is still keeping up while Cyclops is fighting for his life. Fortunately for him, he's got a legitimate excuse cause Jean is giving birth right now. Not gonna lie, I'm out my X-Men. This nigga was crazy. Good luck. Which almost immediately, not even 5 seconds after, leads to the hate mob getting inside of the courtroom. The security in this place is doing a very horrible job. There's only 2 standing their ground and one gets blasted and the other just dips. It's not like they really need protection anyways though. They're charging two of the strongest mutants, nonchalantly stops the bullets. Dudes really in here wearing fuck out of here shirts for the mutants. I'm crying. They really hate y'all guts for saving them. It's crazy. But it's like Itachi said, your hate is not strong enough, cause Magneto hates you niggas even more, turning all the metal in the room into spikes and nailing them into the ground. But this was a lob, just so that Storm can come through and dunk it. Storm starts charging up lightning and charges it towards the pins Magneto put down, creating an electric cage for all these wild animals. But Executioner was outside, so he makes his way up the stairs moving like Lee Harvey Oswald, but Storm takes the hit for Magneto. But he knew he fucked up. Magneto's not the one to piss off, so he tries to skedaddle, but Magneto grabs him and starts bouncing him like a basketball. If you're gonna go for the shot, you better not miss, my boy. Now you get him pinned to the table and brought face to face with Magneto, who because of some convincing, opts to not kill the Executioner. They get back to the school and find out that Mr. Sinister created a Jean Grey clone named Madelyne Pryor. I don't know where the fuck that name came from. Her name should have been Keen Trey, who kidnapped Cyclops and Jean's baby. So Magneto, Morph, Cyclops, and Bishop pull up to Sinister's lair. They came here expecting to see Mr. Sinister's ugly ass, plays randomize a hero hoping to not get Hawkeye, turning into magic, whipping out her sword, but Madelyne is behind her in the blink of an eye. And before he could swing his sword once, Madelyne palms his shit, forcing him to de-transform, going on all fours, now transforming back into Magic's dark form, going after Bishop and getting weaved twice. And this is all simply just for her amusement, bruh. Getting smacked.
Fuck you, bitch! Shut the fuck up, bitch!
Now we've got the fight of the century. This was Zaku thought he had versus Sasuke.
Who?
Magneto breaks the glass behind her and starts pulling the metal towards her, so she's really gonna have to get into her Neo bag, starting by blocking every single one coming at her, rolling out the way of more and throwing one back at him. But Magneto way too cool for all that dodging shit, stopping it directly in front of his face, but when he looks, there's no Madelyne. On your left, old man. Imagine how she'd do Ian McKellen's Magneto then. Nigga looked like a corpse in that Doomsday trailer. He'd have a heart attack trying to hit her. She's an impossible target, moving so fast even got time to pose. She out here hitting video game Sonic emotes on him, charging up her powers, got him going from stone cold locked in to mommy, help me, please. All within 5 seconds, went through a bigger range of emotions than a sports fan. He starts blocking all the shards of glass with his force field and metal, but can't block everything. His suit is turning into Tobey Maguire's after literally anything. So despite his best efforts, when she points down, there's not much he can do except be out for the count. You put up a good fight, but not a great one, Magneto. But luckily, Jean is able to get into Madelyne's mind and break Mr. Sinister's control over her. And now that she's free from his control, she opts to team up with them instead. They travel throughout the evil dark mansion like the Scooby Gang, looking for Mr. Sinister, who spawned camping Jean and Scott's baby like Michael Jackson. Spoiler alert, that little nigga is Cable. Cable's name is Nathan Summers. Sinister on some Orochimaru shit and wants to experiment on Lil Bro. Luckily, they get there in time, blasting him not once but twice onto the wall. Cyclops just spectating, rooting her on. Mr. Sinister eventually though is able to break free, and in the process sends shockwave energy at Madelyne, forcing her to have to bubble them. In this time, Cyclops was able to grab Nathan though, and Mr. Sinister decides, you know what? Y'all got me this time, just disappearing into the darkness. Leave them to try and figure out what's wrong with Lil Bro. They decide to send him into the future with Bishop for some solution, but the future isn't kind to Bro. They still letting anyone be president, and that's where he becomes Cable. So fast forward a bit, all the mutants are on Krakoa, an island that they created for themselves to get away from humans. They celebrating and partying the fact that it's been built. Well, except for Gambit. Rogue literally just dumped him and he got her took by Magneto within 5 minutes. Gambit doesn't get that chance because Cable spawns in and tries to warn Madelyne about what's about to happen, but he was too late. His warning fell on deaf ears. A green light starts shining onto all of them and everything explodes in a split second. Booming a celebratory party is evil. Haven't seen niggas move this devious since Roblox. Waking up and seeing a setting that looks like a place the Avengers just saved is brutal. This was supposed to be the day mutants celebrated liberation and their own place to live. But instead the Sentinels are here, blowing up everything they've built, slaughtering every mutant in sight. They really said to the mutants,
Nigga, did I just catch you having fun?
Buddy right here talking to Mag and Rogue. Who is he? Who knows? And we'll never get to find out. Buddy got boomed.
There's no way out of this one. You're done.
He starts loading up his blast to turn them into smithereens, but the GOAT Nightcrawler comes through last minute. Buddy moving like Kobe with this buzzer beater, teleporting them to safety, but he seems cooked. I'm just praying he's okay. Why couldn't you take Morph instead? Rogue goes over to check on him, but it's not looking good, and she doesn't have her gloves. She can't touch him. Luckily, Gambit was in the area too, looking like a smooth criminal, and Kurt is gonna be okay. He got lucky and survived from the Sentinels, for now. But a lot of mutants weren't as lucky. They done caught bodies on bodies on bodies, and it's counting. Magneto tried Charles Xavier's way. He tried living in harmony with the humans by creating their own island to live on. But he feels his original thoughts have been vindicated. Mutants will never know peace as long as humans have the ability to cause harm. Magneto sends a shipping container right into the Sentinel's head, blowing it up. And while he's got that one distracted, Gambit and Rogue take this chance to make their way in there together, having to dodge blasts coming in from all angles. And this is when the Sentinel ships drop down 3 more. Gambit stops his bike on a swivel, throwing off 4 cards, blowing off their heads and riding off all cool afterwards, leaving Rogue in a 1v1. While Gambit is dipping, she manages to kick the Sentinel off her and knock its whole damn head off. They over here acting like they didn't just break up 30 minutes ago. He got this "that's my girl" smile while she posing like Superman. Magneto takes a bunch of cards and throws them at the main Sentinel, but he fires back, turning Mag into a track star. His mutant ability isn't super speed though, that's Quicksilver. First speedster slower than bullets, so he gets knocked out the sky and starts getting emotional about all the doomsday and despair that is everywhere. He had promised all these mutants a better life on Krakoa, but man, getting called a mutie back in Utah was better than this. Magneto intends to uphold his promise, grabbing a train and throwing it at the Sentinel's dome piece. It tries to respond with a laser of its own, but Magneto tells it to shut that ass up, whacking it twice more in the head. It literally looks like he's whipping the Sentinel. Oh, the irony. The others are still scared though, and this random little green nigga talking about,
"Don't worry guys, Magneto said we'd never have to worry again."
I'm sorry you were promised that, little one. It's over. Or actually, maybe not. It's just Gambit coming through aura farming after killing a Sentinel. Had to put on the finishing touches, booming it to make sure his kill count is at 3 right now. Gambit leads them outside as Magneto gets skipped across the ground and boomed against the car. I know there was a small part of Gambit that was low-key happy to see that. You next, nigga. Pulling out a handkerchief, exploding while Rogue flies through its heart, saving him last minute. Unfortunately, the life of a mutant is that of one with little happiness, because the main Sentinel is still up and decides to not go for Gambit or Rogue. Poor Leech. Magneto's trying to uphold his promise, but it's just unfortunately not gonna be able to happen. The Sentinel starts blasting as Magneto tries to protect himself and the others. Rogue wants to go in to help, but he ties them both down, having her forced to sit there and watch and do nothing as Magneto puts up a metal shield around them, and his heart breaks seeing Leech feeling like a failure, getting boomed. Shout out Magneto X, Martin Luther Mag. He's been slimed out, and now Rogue is in crash out mode, charging in head first right at the main Sentinel. This is a fight she can't win. This is clearly a Hannah Baker mission, and Gambit knows this, hence why he rides in, powering up his bike and knocking her out the way. Magneto just sacrificed himself and Gambit gotta one-up him.
Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Running in towards the Sentinel, hopping all around the cracked ground. Yo Gambit bro, do you have a plan? Nah, but I got aura. Jumping in the air, feeling himself, and is immediately stabbed in the side of his gut. No bro, please, not like this. The show starts with Professor X dead, Magneto's dead, not Gambit too. That nigga Morph is still right there. The Sentinel pulls him in, and maybe he did have a plan, transferring the kinetic energy into the Sentinel all around it. The Sentinel has fallen for the trap that Gambit laid out, putting more energy into the Sentinel with a smile, booms the Sentinel and himself in the process. Unlike the Transformers with Ironhide, Team 7 with Krillin, the X-Men genuinely just lost a valuable member. Krakoa is destroyed, and Rogue is holding Gambit without her gloves on. But it doesn't matter, because
I can't feel you.
So later on, the X-Men suspect that Trask is behind all of this, so they hunt him down, finding bro ready to take the easy way out. Rogue trying to talk him out of it, and I'm like,
hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Isn't he the direct reason for you losing both your boyfriend and side piece? So when he goes for it and she catches him, I'm extra confused. Just let his ass die. He caused nothing but pain.
Don't do it. You have more life to live.
You really think so? And lets go of his Dr. Doofenshmirtz ass lab coat, letting him fall to his death like Mufasa, not feeling bad about it at all, hitting the Kawhi Leonard face about it. She wanted him dead, but she wanted to be the one to do it. The rest of the X-Men are shocked. Nigga Wolverine talking about some, nah, that's wrong. Bro, ain't this you every movie? Rogue don't give a damn, and I feel her. That no kill rule shit is stupid to me. Tell that shit to all the innocent victims of the Joker.
Hey, look, some people need to be gone in order for shit to get better.
But while they're fighting and he's falling, an explosion goes off out of nowhere. What the hell happened? Did the nigga hit the ground and randomly explode like a fucking SpongeBob character? But nah, what really happened is that bro is a Sentinel himself now, and he's all powered up, and he booms the building again, forcing them to dip up out of here, setting up the fight. Morph turning into Quicksilver, dashing into Trask and landing some hits. I don't know why out of everyone he'd transform into the kinda speedster, but he's spamming punches and none of them doing any damage, eventually just getting his ass blasted in the face. The X-Men gotta pretend like they just lost a valued member, so they show Lil Durk how to slide, and then Beast gets dodged too. And that right there put them in the line of fire, shooting off his two fists as rockets hitting Wolverine and blowing Beast up. That's Beast, Rogue, Logan, and Morph all down. Luckily, we don't fight with honor out here. Jean's sneaking him, but he takes off into the sky, and she pursues after him. Half these niggas can only just spectate now. And what a light show it is of them clashing until Trask sneaks her from behind, punching Jean into someone's car that they probably worked 70-hour work weeks to afford in this economy. But he got too confident. Now's the chance to strike on Trask. Do that nigga like everybody the second Hulk becomes Bruce. Cyclops tries to strike while the iron's hot, but Trask is eating it and teleports behind him, smushing his face. It's looking like it's over at this point. GG's to the X-Men, or wait, maybe not. Trask is getting fried, niggas all losing power. I know somebody just got logged out of their Arc Raiders game right before it ended, laying Trask out on his back. Cyclops just got saved, but by who? We all know it wasn't Morph. In the darkness or farming as hard as Piccolo, it's Cable. Nathan's all grown up and came from the future to save his pops. Unfortunately, it's not only Trask, because back at Xavier's school, reporter Patricia Tilby came to see Beast, thought he was finna get the bell to his beast, but nah, she sneaks his ass. Turns out she's a Sentinel too now. Someone's going around with nanotechnology infecting everyone. I know what you are now, Magic Johnson. She kicks Beast up to the top floor, knocking him out, where Wolf, Nightcrawler, and Morph were just chilling trying to watch the Lakers game, yelling at Luka to play some damn defense. You know Logan wastes no time, jumping in, getting blasted instantly, and it's looking bleak because the X-Men are currently separated like 1D. Jean, Cyclops, and Cable were having family night, but now the whole neighborhood and even Auntie are after them. But I know Cyclops, he always gonna stand 10 toes down.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Got a blast!
While same time at the mall, Jubilee and Roberto were buying bad fits and now they're getting hunted down too. But the cameraman pans back over to the first group. Nightcrawler saves Beast and Morph transforms into Juggernaut, getting his arm grabbed instantly. Surprise, surprise, Morph is gonna sell yet again, getting thrown into Nightcrawler, through the wall, into the library, knocking them both out. And this is when we find out that Bastion is behind all of this, sending in more Sentinels. Bastion is the one turning everyone and got Magneto captured. He's alive. I can't believe Magneto's alive. He's been torturing him by making him watch Aiden Ross streams. Bastion not getting away with it though. Not while Logan's still standing, and he's been standing since the last Trippy Red hit. He never quits, and won't start now, getting carried into the air with more coming after him. But we know Wolverine, that ain't a problem. He's stabbing her on repeat, getting punched up, grabbed, but he forces her to let go, falling right towards the platoon of a bunch more Sentinels flying in right at him. And Wolverine takes his time to start slicing and dicing, hitting 360 spin moves on the asses right now. He was really getting flashy with it until the reporter caught up to him, grabbing him and flying back through the mansion through multiple floors. sending him into the basement where a few of y'all still at. While the school is being overrun, Rogue isn't safe. She's still knocked out from the explosion earlier, and they moving like Bill Cosby. Luckily, Logan is here to make sure she's safe. My son Kurt here too, chopping one down with 2 swords ready to go. Such an underrated character. If the MCU don't got him moving like this, I don't want it. Immediately off rip, smiling in her face. Poof. Jumping off her head and blocking 3 hits. His defense is ridiculous. How do you hit someone who disappears faster than fathers? We don't even need it for real too, just regular weaving punches, as one of them goes in for a crazy Superman punch, and Nightcrawler teleports, kicks him and hits 3 more, slashing all 3 of their heads off or farming. Shit got me crying. Nigga, who the fuck is over there? He just took care of business and decided to go help jump. Wolverine rips one in half and Nightcrawler pulls up to run duos. Throw Deadpool in here and this is literally my dream team. They get ready, slashing and dicing, weaving, dodging everything, moving like Shaq and Kobe, an elite duo. But even better, cause they're without the case and obesity. Nightcrawler gets his sword caught and ripped off, and Wolverine steps in, cutting his armpit, redirecting the hit way off like a Ben Simmons jumper. Unfortunately, he still gets grabbed by the throat and slammed. Nightcrawler locks in, weaving a punch and tongue, twirling them back, flipping them, piercing through the back and chest. This man is crazy. Let him cook. Wolverine breaks free, Nightcrawler stabs one, and they double team from both sides. And this is when Nightcrawler teleports with Wolverine, had him tripping the hell out. But that was only the start, because they look out and see a bunch more in the sky like some stars. Luckily, just in the nick of time, Magneto gets free, sending EMPs all around the globe, even as far as New York City. Spider-Man's feeling it. He just did us a favor, bro. Watching the Knicks isn't good for your mental anyways. Silver Samurai in Japan is seeing it, and even places we wouldn't want are experiencing it, like the power plant prison that is holding Omega Red, freeing him. But most importantly, the EMP is working to directly shut down all the people turned Sentinels by Bastion, saving the X-Men from getting slaughtered, leading to a bunch more of shit that I'm gonna speedrun to get to the final battle. Turns out Professor X is alive and comes back. Magneto is moving like Miles now, doing his own thing, recruiting X-Men to join him, to which Roberto and Rogue do join, and the X-Men go to track down Bastion, splitting into 2 groups to stop him and Magneto. There we go. That was faster than Fetty Wap's career. Time for the final battle. Cable, Jean, Beast, and Morph are headed to Bastion's lair and run into Sentinels, and Morph finally decides to use his powers to be someone useful, turning into the unincredible Hulk, and Jean dodges and starts giving him a power boost. Giving the strongest there is a power boost? Yeah, that's OP, bursting through its shoulder and jumping back up, turning into a spinning top. Shit's crazy. X-Men 97 giving us better Hulk action than the MCU has in a decade, powering up his swing and punching the Sentinel's entire head off its neck like nothing. Everyone got all these cool power-ups and abilities out here, and then there's just Cable moving like Punisher, and Beast comes through to cut off its forearm. Beast then uses that big brain of creativity for good right here, picking up the Sentinel's arm and smacking his ass with it. A lot of y'all be putting your creativity to bad use, talking about I'm an executive marketing promoter for a 4,500 company. Bro, you're the chicken nigga outside dancing. But I guess Mr. Sinister has seen enough, cause he pulled up, choosing to pick a fight with Jean first of all people, disappearing and popping up behind her. Bow! Getting the other blocked, and Jean shoots off a bunch of Destructo discs. It's Krillin's move, so you know this not finna work. Mr. Sinister moonwalks out of it, flipping out the way, firing off tendrils, and so she hits a moonwalk right back. She then jumps behind someone's garbage ass truck, and she uses it as a frisbee, throwing it at Mr. Sinister, but he got the powers of 11. Strangest thing I ever seen was my dog turn into a snake. He fired the car back, turning into a shadow under the car and popping up right behind her, seeing Jean all the way through the building, laying her out. But he the type to try and play with his food first, just standing there menacingly, and starts dashing back and forth, not even hitting her, he just trolling. Look how fast I am. So Jean takes the roof off, exploding his ass, and blasts him back into the bowling lane, hitting a clean strike on him. She must have decided that this game got boring though. Instead, just fucking chucking bowling balls like this dodgeball, even throwing a damn jukebox at him. Mr. Sinister then decides to run away, which takes us over to the other group, who get onto Magneto's spaceship with him on his throne, looking badass in his new fit, I can't lie. Buddy using Sentinels to be his seat. That's next levels of ore farming. Wolverine couldn't care though, he just hyped to fight. He really does this shit for the love of the game. Other people like Deadpool will also kill or fight anyone, but for a bag.
For 50 million, I go to hell. For 50 million, I go to hell. For 50 million.
Wolverine is smoothly dodging and slicing Magneto's attacks, jumping in right for him, but right before he could get a hand on Magneto, Rogue tackles him out the sky, stopping him. Can't believe Shorty really switched sides like that. Jubilee and Cyclops start spraying while Nightcrawler is showing his 99 defense, completely untouchable. That motherfucker don't miss. He's too good. Jubilee starts firing at Magneto but gets blasted by Sunspot, and his ass immediately regrets it, but he can't believe his eyes, getting up and dipping as they both throw attacks, combining for an insane light show. While Professor X still over here trying to beat MLK, he always trying to explain some shit, hoping to talk it out with Magneto, but Magneto's just too ignorant.
Because you playing my game. So you gonna accept the peace or you wait?
Not gonna accept the peace.
Alright, then eat a dick then, nigga, let's fight.
Meanwhile, Jean has completely lost Mr. Sinister, so while waiting around for orders, she gets snuck and skipped across the water like a pebble, and when she looks up, she sees it was her son Gabriel who did it. What in the Family Guy episode is happening? Upping the pull on your mom not crazy? He's literally unloading the clip, not holding back to the slightest degree until she breaks the gun. It turns out he's not doing this on his own. He's being mind controlled by Bastion, making him do all of this. Nigga about to turn himself into an orphan. Bruce Wayne cannot relate. He's fired up, shooting off a Kamehameha that is so powerful, it's got the entire world shaking on impact. And she must have known this wasn't a beam battle she was gonna win, because she brings Cyclops here with her mind to see what his son has been doing. Pop's about to give that little nigga a smacking for disrespecting his mom after we're done here, cause she's saying her goodbyes. It's over. Don't feel too bad about it, Cyclops. That bitch was kissing Logan an episode ago. Yes, I'm snitching. We need to get these niggas on Jerry Springer. Logan jumps on top of Magneto trying to take his helmet off, but Mag not trying to show his hairline, opening up his hand and force pushing Logan away, but Logan was already able to get his helmet, which was the only thing saving him from Professor X, who wastes no time getting in his mind, fucking his brain all the way up. Magneto's just too powerful though, breaking out and putting his helmet on Professor X to stop his abilities got him looking like a first-class short bus rider. That is until Logan comes through, landing a stab right through Magneto's back. This the type of shit my homie be sending me when I can't get on the game. The rest of them can't believe what he just did, but what's even more surprising is Magneto having this look on his face.
But anywho,
Logan must have forgot that Magneto is the ultimate Wolverine stopper. Your entire skeleton is made out of metal, literally just pulling bro's entire skeleton out of his skin. This group is looking cooked, and the other isn't looking much better. Bastion and Mr. Sinister is telling Cable good looks on killing Jean while having the others captured, and his Sentinel drones are moving all around the entire planet. At the White House, a bunch of Sentinels pull up on Cap and Iron Man who protecting the president. That pussy Steve was refusing to help the X-Men earlier like he not damn near one of them.
Wrong with you niggas. Some of y'all would be so comfortable on a plantation.
They even in Wakanda pulling up on the king, but y'all really got the wrong one. T'Chaka not going for all that. But in Hell's Kitchen, they found themselves a much easier lick, where a bunch of innocent people getting blasted and Daredevil is doing his typical not blocking at all strategy. But luckily for him, he's got friends. Like Yagami cannot relate. Cloak and Dagger come through to help, while Omega Red, Crimson Dynamo, and Darkstar are fighting them off too. Bastion got villains and heroes fighting in the same side. We even see Psylocke and her crew getting attacked, and I know they're cooked. It's looking like Bastion has one, but he didn't consider one thing. The fact that the Phoenix Force within Jean Grey has been activated and resurrected. The X-Men know they're saved now. If you gonna send someone to kill Jean, you should have done better than Cable, gang. The Phoenix Force has totally taken over and turns Bastion into a track star, grabbing him with its claws, and grabs an inhibitor collar, using that bitch like a headband, dismissing Bastion's control over all the Sentinels around Earth, saving everyone. Unfortunately, that includes Omega Red. We know Cloak and Dagger and Daredevil were cooked. Cap and Iron Man probably had that handled for real. Hawkeye somewhere hitting the phew. He knew everyone around him was about to be cooked. He not saving shit. Mr. Sinister, you're not off the hook. She starts taking his abilities away from him like she Avatar Aang to Firelord Ozai. But even Ozai didn't get done this dirty because Mr. Sinister is extra chopped now. They done turned him into Mike from Breaking Bad. But right as they were ready to give each other high fives saying good job, Bastion had other plans. He said,
I think we ain't done yet.
He for some reason chooses to bitch Cable first, pushing his head, grabbing his arm, ripping it off, slapping his ass with it 3 times. That's so beyond disrespectful. He then chooses the moment to flex while he's laid out, powering up every part of his body, doing blackface, telling these niggas to get back and dipping. Bastion's new plan is to send an asteroid towards Earth, so the X-Men make up. Rogue and Roberto rejoining the team, and Rogue goes in first, landing a disgusting left hook on his chin. She's operating off pure heartbreak. She on that rod wave shit, scraping niggas across the floor and landing another right, punching him outside this spaceship, and goes after him. And the lack of oxygen isn't the only reason he can't breathe. She's on his ass, landing crazy headshots and a headbutt. Bastion, bro, fight back. This looking like a Vincible fight, grabbing him by the arm and slamming him into the ground. Isn't this supposed to be the big bad of the entire show? So why is he getting bounced around like a basketball and clapped away? She getting into her Hulk bag. I ain't seen the unincredible MCU Hulk hit this in a cool way once. She put her blood, sweat, and literal tears into that. Got him looking like a crushed soda can, just for him to fix himself together like absolutely nothing happened. At this point, she should have just called and asked Jean and them, how far are y'all? But she goes in again, getting weaved and grabbed. And while he's got her, he starts levitating into the air while holding onto her by the throat, choking the life out of her while all she could do was kick around and scream for help. You finna go join your boyfriend Gambit and Michael Jackson in hell now. That is until Sunspot blasts him, freeing her. And him and Rogue immediately get to not playing fair. Sunspot starts shooting while Rogue slams him in the back to the ground, but they didn't realize they're beefing with the god of destruction. Using a ball of Hakai, sucking in Sunspot and Rogue and then dispersing them out into the mountain. And before they could get back up, he just dips out, heading over to his space station. But waiting for him in there, in the darkness, was Nightcrawler, landing on him, teleporting him so that he could then be blasted by Cyclops. Sunspot and Jubilee said,
That's a great idea. I'm with that.
They start blasting him as well, but he weaving it, blasting back down at them, ultimately still chucking up Draymond Green's signature shot, a brick. Nightcrawler dodging him again and landing on top. And this is when Nightcrawler starts moving like a DBZ character, hitting him with a quick right and teleporting back and forth got Bastion looking way too slow to keep up. Nightcrawler really the GOAT, he can't miss. Go ahead and keep cooking, twin. That man Bastion slammed him like Thanos did to Spider-Man, bruh. Luckily Cyclops and Jubilee step in, weaving Bastion and then blasting him again in the gut. And this is when Cyclops asks Bastion, can I have this dance? Dodging him, shooting, weave again, shooting, sliding, weaving again, and decides to just dip out, sprinting away. But he can't just run forever, flipping out the way, shooting his laser, bouncing it off the wall, and they ultimately get into a beam struggle. Bastion blowing that shit out of his mouth like he Broly. You don't got the throat for that though, big bro. Cyclops shows his dick is bigger, blasting him into a pillar. But surprise, surprise, Bastion is still good to go. Getting back up, whipping out tentacles, spraying at Cyclops, blasting him in the face, laying his ass out. And Bastion is going for the straight kill shot. Luckily, Jubilee stops him in his tracks, him fixing his hair like he Victor Gyökeres. It's Jubilee's turn to run the ones versus Bastion. Bet the under on Jubilee, y'all. Jubilee runs in, weaving the stab, twirling, grabbing him by the face, and throwing him into the debris. Coming out the rubble, looking like I show speed. They can't believe their eyes. The cool and cold, calculated evil villain facade has fallen.
It doesn't matter what y'all do. Y'all can't stop me. Who gon' stop me?
They done did buddy like Dennis from the SpongeBob movie. The rest of the X-Men are here. The whole group has been reunited, but their big ol' celebration gets quickly interrupted because this motherfucker Bastion just refuses to die, bro. Let it go. These niggas beat you without Wolverine and Magneto. They were injured for the whole series. You're trash. In the middle of Bastion tweaking, they peep missiles coming at them. Turns out that Earth made an agreement to just nuke everyone on the spaceship and end it all. Niggas like Cap and Iron Man really signed off on that. Y'all are frauds. So the space station explodes and they offer Bastion safety, but he decides to go down with his ship, dying in agonizing pain while the X-Men return to Earth. Yo, what's good, guys? Appreciate you for watching the video. Just wanted to pop in at the end here because a lot of you guys have been asking, yo, Blink Boy, what happened to the podcast? Which, thank you. It's very nice to know that you guys actually cared about it. Long story short, the podcast is on its own channel, so I deleted all the ones. The gaming channel is going to be the gaming channel. The podcast is going to be on its own channel. So the link to the podcast channel is in the description. Got an episode up right now ranking all the MCU movies ever. So go check it out. Thank you, guys. See y'all soon.